My name is James Mungai. I just want to invite you again to our Okoa Uchumi podcast where we are discussing issues that affect us as young people. Lakini leo tuko na topic ya muhimu sana. Juu tunaona venye siasa zimekuwa zikiendelea na leo tungetaka kujua kwa nini vijana hawatatokea kuvote. And today I have my great panelists and who I want them to invite them on my show and they can introduce themselves and they tell us why young people don't want to come out and vote. Karibu sana, tuambie jina yako, unafanya nini na mtuambie kwa nini vijana wanasema hawatatokea kuvote.
Thank you very much, James.
Yes.
My name is Wakili Wakio Kamau. I come from Gishogo constituency. I'm a lawyer by profession with a particular interest in constitutional matters.
Yes.
So I think ile kitu ambayo itafanya vijana wakose kutokea for the 2027 vote specifically
Yes.
is if they feel as though their vote does not count. The moment that they feel as though there is no power in the vote, like even if they go out to vote, they cannot control the outcome. For example, if they feel they can't get a leader who is one of their own, which is one of the conversations that we've been having, especially gearing towards 2027 elections since 2024 with the anti-finance bill protest. We saw a crop of the youth that want to be a part of the governing community, like or the governing or the political class in our country. They want to be the ones at the head of solving their own issues. So if we get to a point where the youth feel like they don't have any actual power or any actual control, and they feel as though voting is very futile, as though the leaders have already been determined for them, then we might see most of the youth not being able to vote.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Wakifi Njogu. I work for Farmers Party, a political party, and as in the capacity of the executive director, and in the same length, I'm a youth.
Yes.
And you have asked me a very interesting question: why is it that youth don't take part in the political processes?
Yes.
One major reason, especially if you take the account from the finance bill, that is 2023-2024,
Yes.
is when the government or those in leadership fail to involve the young people. And with my experience with the political parties, now through Farmers Party, we have what we call the governance structure, and we have a very critical organ of the party that we call the youth league.
Yes.
Some call it the youth caucus.
Yes.
And this is where the youth are supposed to take part in the activities of political parties, even by volunteering, especially when now you are out of school through colleges and universities. You can volunteer through a political party of your choice, and through the political party, you're now able to get exposed to the real issues that matters, because I say that every decision, every development, every employment opportunity that you may imagine of is politically informed.
Yes.
So if you don't take part in the political processes as a youth, then you stand to be disadvantaged when opportunities are coming up.
Yes.
So my appeal to the young people, now that you people are speaking, because I have never seen a campaign which is not without the youth.
Yes.
They are the engine in terms of the voice, the messaging, but now when the opportunities are being shared on the table, they are forgotten. So it's high time, now facing 2027, they should be even on that table, even if it means overturning that table, so that we can get our share. Yes, that is my take.
Kuna kitu muhimu umetuambia about the finance bill 2024 where we saw young people walitokea kabisa saying that this is what they don't want.
Yes.
And again, unfortunately, the late Baba passed. And a little on the table. So if now young people can go to the street, who is going there now to have that conversation of this is what we want versus the demand that we are requesting?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've always based our politics on the tribal aspect. And interesting now during the Gen Z protest, you could hear them say that they are tribalists, they don't have a party. But you cannot negotiate without a structure. So the one disadvantage that our young people have is that they don't have a structure. So who is this person? Let's say there are 7 million. You cannot meet 7 million and have an agreement with them. So you'll need like 10 to come on the table, discuss, agree, and then maybe sign a resolution out of the deliberations that you are going to have.
Yes.
So as a young people, they are supposed to come up with structures, and the structures are there. I've told you, in Kenya today, through the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, we have 91 fully registered political parties. So it's upon now the young people to choose which political party suits my political aspiration. Because I've told you, mandatory, we must take part in the political process. Because as long as you are a young people, and good to the times we are, our young people are well educated, and after school, the next stage is now for, you go for the opportunities out there, you settle in family, marriages. But now, if you're not taking part in the process, why do you want to share the product? So, lazima wajitokeze na wakubali kuchukua hatua na kuparticipate kwa activities za siasa.
Ndio. Amesema vizuri, we have about 91 registered political parties. But in Kenya, we know political parties belong to individuals. So how are young people going to be convinced that when you join to a certain political party is not forming a tribal line or joining a certain individual? Kama ukisema ODM unajua ODM ni nani, ukisema UDA unajua UDA ni nani, ukisema Jubilee unajua ni nani. So how are we going to convince young people now they need to join a certain political party and not following a certain individual?
Actually, that's a very good question. And I think it all boils down to the electoral culture in this country. Because personality politics and tribal politics, and even now, as much as we are acting as though the whole Gen Z conversation is a very good thing, it is a looming problem because it would lead us to something that we call ageism, where now the country is divided along like what we're calling the generational conflict, which we've started experiencing as it is. So what happens with most youths, myself included, when you go through, the opposition side, when you go through the parties that have fronted themselves as part of the united opposition, you find that there is no one party, in my opinion, that is fitting my ideological needs as a young person. Because, for example, when you talk about psychophancy, some of these parties are marked with a lot of psychophancy. And as a young person, I feel like we've gotten to a place where we need to move beyond idolizing one human being. Because you see, he's only human. He's limited in his own ways. But also, I don't know why you people are talking about if you don't want to be a part of the process, then you should not be out to enjoy the product, because the Constitution of 2010 already gave us the option of running as an independent candidate. Like, you don't have to affiliate yourself with a particular political party for you to be able to make it to the ballot or to even get elected. But we also know that comes with its challenges, that comes with a lot of limitations. For example, you're not eligible for financing, you don't have branding materials, you don't have a platform where you get to air your voice and with the backing behind you. So it's very tasking. But I think what the young people are experiencing right now, especially those of us that are young aspirants, is we have failed to find a political party that completely captures our needs as the young people. So it's taking us back to that point where we desired that we would be leaderless. It takes us back to that point where we desire that we could be tribeless. Because even those Gen Zs that in 2024 went out to the streets and said they are leaderless, at this point, most of these Gen Zs, as we speak, they have fallen back in line behind particular leaders. We have Gen Zs that have joined political parties that are clearly aligned to particular ethnicities. So even amongst the Gen Z, unapata, kuna wa Gen Zs wa Kikuyu, kuna Gen Zs wa Jaluo, kuna Gen Zs, like even among the Gen Zs.
Tribal?
No, Gen Zs are not tribal, but I don't think Gen Zs are tribeless as well. Because at the end of it all, part of the ways that we identify ourselves is by your tribe. So, but what is happening amongst the Gen Zs, I will not interact with a particular person because they're not from my tribe. But that does not make me tribeless. I am from a tribe, but I don't let the tribe that I come from define my interactions.
Okay.
So I think that is the vision that we had, and this is something that will only be realized progressively. We cannot wake up today and tomorrow we decide we are tribeless. It's a process, and there's a reason as to why we became like tribalistic to begin with. Yes.
Mr. Njogu,
Yes.
He's saying that young people are willing to engage.
Yes.
But again, he's saying
Yes.
that they don't need to belong to any political party.
Yes.
So, which way?
Which way? To me, you see, if given it is true,
Yes.
where you don't vie through a political party,
Yes.
you can vie as an independent candidate. But truth to the fact that our political terrain in the country is very rough,
Yes.
vying as an independent candidate, you're going to find it not easy. But through a political party, let's say, for example, you are confronted qua ground, the political party as an entity is supposed to defend you.
Yes.
Yeah, you are covered. But now when you, ni kama sasa, maybe I give an example. Ni kama mtu mwenye nasafiri kwa nduthi, in the eventuality that there is an accident, your body is your board. So, utagongwa sana. But ukiwa kwa mat, ama kwa gari, that car is a bit safer than boda. So, kuvae kama ukiwa independent, I can compare wewe ni boda, huyu mwingine ako na gari. So, we do encourage. Na pia chama, it's a vehicle. And the political parties are institutions where you even trained how to speak,
Yes.
to do public speaking,
Yes.
even how to negotiate on behalf of your people. Na tusidanganyane, siasa ni ukabila. Kila mtu anakwao. And I can tell you for a fact, mtu akizaliwa the first day, mtu anatangulizangwa kwa dunia na jina. Like myself, I'm Njogu. Njogu is an elephant in Kikuyu. So wakati nilifika hii dunia, I was named Njogu. Kumaanisha mimi ni Mkiku. Then from there, through my years, I'm socialized. Through other tribes, then say through religion, nakapelekwa kanisa kidogo shule. Pale shule nikapatana na Wanandi, Wakarenji, Wamasai. Until to date, I've lived with the Luos, I've lived with the Luyas, na kabila zote. Na kuna kitu moja wewe inanisumbua sana. If you take the religion, ukienda kanisa hakunanga ukabila. You're not discriminated on the basis which tribe do you come from. Mungu ni mmoja. Na mnakuja mna worship. But sasa shida inakujanga ikifika siasa. It's when we talk politics, or because politics is all about power, resource sharing.
Yes.
Unasikia sasa wewe unatoka kabila gani? And na si mbaya. I've said there is no issue of me as Njogu being born from Kikuyu, a region in central Kenya.
Yes.
Shida, how do you use this tribe? Juu kila mtu ako na identity yake. Even if you narrow down in the tribe now chini kidogo, kila mtu kuna familia yenye natoka. Like myself, I'm here in Nairobi, jioni nitaenda kupata bibi na watoto. Sitaenda kwa jirani. Najua kwangu nako. So whatever little I'm going to get from Nairobi, hata kama ni mkate ya 70 bob, hiyo ndio ndapere. So you fight for, kuna watu wanakugoja wako nyuma yako.
Yes.
So similarly, even before we go to the national politics, hapa chini, let's say like level ya MCA, huyu ni mzee wa nyumba 10 anatetea watu wa kijiji yake. Na si makosa. But kuna venye inafanyangwa spinning kidogo inakuwa mbaya, na ndio maana unaonanga inchi inachomeka. Sisi wote ni kitu moja.
Ndio.
Yes.
Young people wamekataa kutokea kuregister as voters. And we've seen numbers I saw a report done somewhere that in every ward we are registering about 2 young people. So what is it that we want to do, or what is it that we can do to influence the election coming? You said we can boycott elections. Then how do we bring change in this country?
Okay, boycotting elections might not be in our best interests as the young people. I think the better solution would be what I would call a generational conspiracy, where we have a situation where we all decide. You see, the argument of tribalism in Kenyan politics, sorry for the interlude. The argument is that mtu wetu ndio anaweza kuelewa mashida zetu, na ndio maana yeye ndo anaongea on our behalf. It's the same thing, even us, the Gen Zs and the millennials as a tribe, it's gotten to a point where we need to do a generational conspiracy. Wale wenye wamesimama in that bracket, Not forgetting that being a Gen Z and being a millennial is not a leadership quality. Tusimamisha moja wetu, tumsupport kwa hali na mali, to make sure we make it to the ballot and beyond. Because leave voter registration, even these political parties, the greatest fear that we have as a young aspirant right now, even when you're a member of the most popular party, is whether you're going to be given that certificate. And the party primary is going to be fair, free and fair. Because some parties, you hear you have to go with a particular amount of money. Let me even put a quote. Somebody that I know personally. They were told to give 2 million to be introduced to the party leader of the most popular party in her region. A young lady. But she had the money, so she gave the money and she was taken. But what is the guarantee? Because you can hear for the same position, same member of parliament, Gishogu, like we are 3 candidates in the most popular party. Then all of us have taken a particular amount of money. Then how sure are we that we're going to be guaranteed to be given that certificate and get a fair chance to even make it to the ballot? Back to voter registration. For example, in Gishogu, we only have 1 point for voter registration in Kianyaga. And I don't know if you know Gishogu, but for those that know Gishogu, if you travel by boda from my village, where I come from in Baragwe, I will need a minimum of 150 shillings to go to the voting point. And sometimes you go and the people that are responsible for voter registration are not even there. The other option is you go to a voter registration point in the central, in the county headquarters in Kirugoya. Ridiculously expensive. So it feels like this so-called continuous voter registration process has been designed in such a way that unless you are a young person that really has gotten to a point of awakening and taking responsibility for your nation, you might feel and you might find it as such an inconvenience for you to go to the voting point. There's another point that Jogu made. Sounds very good on paper. Yes, the political parties, according to the electoral laws in Kenya, are supposed to become a training ground for future leaders. These leaders should be nurtured. But what are we nurturing these leaders to do? Are we nurturing these leaders? We had one of the party leaders talking recently, His Excellency Dr. Rigathi Gachagua, saying that he wants to be given quality leaders in his party, which was a very good cry. Because, unfortunately, how party politics are designed, honestly, quote unquote, it's not a very good space for the quality leaders to come. It favors sycophants. It favors people that know how to cut corners. It favors people who know how to take advantage of the goon culture. Those are the people that are favored by the political party culture in Kenya. But if we're going to have quality leaders being elected in the coming elections, or even quality leaders forming what those that call themselves technocrats, like even because positions such as the governor position, it needs a technocrat in the real sense by design. But if we're going to even have this kind of human beings, let me call them that, joining the political parties, then we have to change a lot about the environment that we're providing in our parties. And let us not lie, there is no mentorship happening in these parties. You can be very sure. The only thing that is happening in these parties is we are teaching young people on how to hit hard against our opponents. We are teaching young people on how to speak passionately in support and in defense of our party leaders. But we're not teaching these people. For me, I'm asking for the position of a member of parliament. If I'm in a political party, you're not teaching me on the needs that I'm supposed to go and meet as an aspirant for the position of a member of parliament. Yes.
Mr. Njogu?
Yes.
You've heard what she has said.
Yes.
But I want to divert you from there,
because
we have serious anticipation on the coming elections. Now, I'm yet not to be convinced why are we saying 1 term. There is what the government promised, and there is what we expected. Mbona watu wanasema 1 term?
Hata mimi niko hapa kwa 1 term, because I'm a voter. And I took part in not really electing this government, but rather I took part in the 2022 general elections. Why 1 term? Because whenever we are going through the campaign process, our political leaders comes with promises, or rather what we call the manifesto. Very sweet, na mambo mazuri sana. But now hizo ni bait. I call them political baits. So you are baited, unaambiwa ukinichagua nitawafanyia hivi. You even find MCAs promising what a president is supposed to do, or rather an MP promising what the president is supposed to do. And remember, MCAs, women led senators, and also members of national assemblies, their mandate as established in the constitution is to represent their people, legislate, and also oversight. But I'll tell you, they are going to build you a hospital. They don't have a budget. So unaona, pesa kidogo yenye wako nayo ni ya CDF. Anatumia isi CDF to MPs is like a bribery by the executive. Ndio mnyamaze. So unaona, sababu ya one term, serikali iliahidi maneno mazuri sana. Hustler fund, utakuwa una tap simu, unapata 1,000,000 unaanzisha biashara. Ukienda hosi madawa. But now, when they go to the office, nothing is happening. Promises after promises. Hata Yesu kidogo alikuwa na marizana na wewe hapa na wafuasi. Maji inakuwa multiplied wine. Samaki mbili zinakuwa 5,000 mnakula mnashi. Hii serikali njaa. So, to a point now with the reference to the finance bill, vijana walikasirika. Ndio. Kukasirika kwao wakaenda wakaambia viongozi, it's too much now. Because sasa ukienda kuuliza mbona mkate imetoka 50 imeenda 70, ukaambiwa si lazima ukule mkate. Kuna ngwashi, kuna ndoma. So there is an option, but remember by the time you are giving your vote, ulikuwa umeambiwa mkate. So ikafika mahali mpaka wakasema sasa watatufanya viwete sisi wote. Ukitokea risasi ya miguu. Sijui kama kulikuwa na order ya viwete. You see? So vijana wamekasirika, na pia mimi kama kijana pia nimekasirika, because there is no point nimeenda nimetrain kama teacher. I'm supposed now after my 4th year after graduate nitafutiwe shule na serikali niende nisome, because the government is supposed to guarantee hizo job opportunities. Juzi nimeona rais amesema ameenda kule kwa Arabu, huko Germany, huko kwa China, anatutafutia kazi. It's high time hata sisi tunamwambia pia wewe, you can also look for another country, you go become the president there. Because as the president, you are supposed to guarantee job opportunities, healthcare, masomo. Next year, nimeona hata mambo ya capitation inaenda kupotea. Mzazi atarudi kwa mfuko. Things are becoming harder and harder day by day. So pia sisi kama vijana, tunasema pia yeye rais, kama unaenda kututafutia kazi nje tutoke Kenya, pia wewe enda tafuta kazi nje, uenda tafuta kura huko nje. Because it's high time we own our country as Kenya. We become we protect whatever is ours in terms of resources, and we need to tengeneze Kenya yetu na tupate opportunities hapa. Otherwise, how things are going, hata watufanye viwete, we are ready to fight our fight until the end. Yes.
Amesema serikali itaki watu wasome. Na tulisikia kiongozi mwingine anasema pia hataki kuchaguliwa viongozi hawajasoma. Sasa tutaangalia wapi?
Tutaangalia tu hapo. Holding the government accountable. Because as much as mtu akipiga kelele anapigwa risasi ya miguu, there's that thing we used to say when we took to the streets, hawatatuua wote. Because nasikianga watu wakisema ati maandamano ya 2024 haikuwa na any impact. But if there's something that I would say we did, we shaped the conversation. And when we started speaking, we put the government on check. Saizi government yote ikifanya kitu, like even His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, when he is making any of his policies, kama the Nyota program, for example, as much as it's been politicized, I don't want to get into the legality of that, but it target the youth between 19 and 29 years. That was definitely the response of a government trying to tokenize, is that a word? Anyway, trying to tokenize that age group yenye iliwaeka on hot pursuit. So maybe I don't want to speak as though all is lost, but Kenya tunafaa kuangalia na to change ni the campaign is the whole electoral culture in Kenya. Kama sasa story ya kuchoma jeshi, kama mimi nimejitolea, I have the right heart and the right vision for the people of Gishogo, and I believe I'm qualified to be their legislator, MP, come 2027. Lakini, if I look at what I earn, because right now I'm depending on my personal earnings to run my personal campaign, siezi afford at every time I address 1,000 youths. niwapatie kila mtu hata mia moja. To be honest with you, that one is not sustainable. And this is what is happening. Ndio maana unapata so-called quality leaders, and I put it in quotes, people who would take this country to the next level, they shy away from going for elected office because of the electoral culture in Kenya. So if there's anything we need to do, and if there's anything that these political parties need to prioritize, especially those that have become very popular, they need to prioritize civic education. Yes. And civic education that is geared towards, of course, saying you want quality leaders, it's one place to start. But also for the electorate, they need to be reminded that the reason why they have this quality leaders is because of the campaign culture. Kwa sababu sasa kama tuna vote na msisimko, ule mtu mwenye atakuja sasa, kama mimi saizi I should be thinking about how to make those people wanihurumie. Niseme mimi ni single mother, niseme mimi ni orphan, niseme nilitupwa na boyfriend. Those are the conversations that the people want. Juzi tulikuwa tuna advise ati sijui ukiwende mkutano ujifanye umechizi, utoe nguo, utrend, ujulikane. The campaign culture. We need to change the campaign culture. So the ball lies with the aspirants and the political parties, since we've decided it's the vehicle that we need to siende na boda elections. Like, it needs to change. Make it a message as part of your manifesto, as part of your ideologies. Let Wanjiko know that if we're going to get a change in this nation, we need to change the culture towards elections.
Yes.
Yes.
We need to change the culture.
Yes.
In this election.
Yes.
Your part in short.
My part in short, first is to thank you
for
the opportunity,
yes.
And again to pass a clarion call to our young people out there, that you must take part in the political process. For the last, that is 2017 and 2022, I don't have the accurate data, but the data is there. Maybe next time when I'm given an opportunity, nitakuja nayo. You find that our young people are there in the campaigns. They are the one blogging.
Yes.
Ile inaitangwa bloggers wa 500 na ya kutoa. Mnarusha mawe.
527.
We are very active there.
Yes.
But sasa ikikuja serikali kutengenezwa, you are not there. And where you don't vie, you don't expect to win.
Yes.
You must vie.
Yes.
So vijana wetu wasimame. Umesikia kuna option mbili. You can choose a political party that you feel represents you, or rather have an ideologies zenye zinaambatana na wewe. Simama. If you have inaitangwa gang ya watu kama dhao, kuna kiti ya MCA, let's occupy these seats. To complain tukiwa kwa assemblies the counties. Then from there, progressively with the next like 3 election cycles, you are going to change even the landscape and even the political culture that you have in the country. Otherwise, if you keep complaining and you are not taking active responsibility, mambo hakuna kitu inabadilika. Na inianze pia, where you become a member of a political party, that is not enough. Also register as a voter. Juu unaweza kuwa member wa political party, uchaguzi ikuje, you not vote. Pia enda chukua kura. It's your political right, and you are supposed to participate. Na nikakwambia bei ya mkate yenye unalalamika inatoka 60 to 70 is because you're not even taking part kwa siasa. Hizo decision zote, hata ukitaka kufungua kanisa, you're going to go to the registrar of societies. Atakwambia hii na hii timiza. But if you are there, sheria ikitengenezwa kama sisi kama vijana, we are able to influence the outcome. Yeah, so my part in short, let the young people take active role. Yeah.
Okay, your part in short.
My part in short will also, let me donate it to Njogo. It's easy for you to tell the young people to go and register their political parties. But as a lawyer, I have been involved in the registration process of particular political parties. And one thing I can tell you is the level of bribery and corruption in the office of the registrar of political parties, it is alarming. The amount of money beyond what has been determined by law. Because at some point, I think you're supposed to give, I think, about 100,000 shillings, which is also not very achievable for young people. So I think also the system is rigged, and we need to change the system. Kwa sababu tukijenga nyumba kwa msingi usio imara, it will just crumble. But also, kuna zile parties zenye ni afadhali. We still have people like Rigiji, we have people like Mother Karua, we have Matiangi and the entire united opposition. Si mbaya sana, bado ijafikia standards zenye tunataka, but that could be a place to start. Once we get into the system, then we can change it from within. Yes.
Thank you very much. I had a very interactive episode with you guys, and I'm hoping to have you again. So thank you. Keep watching here at Okoa Uchumi Studios, and follow us on our YouTube pages and Facebook as we keep the conversation going. Thank you. I've been your host.